Okay, so next dish we're going to create is we're going to do a lovely caramelised onion risotto, a little bit of rosemary and some beautiful lamb, and I'm going to finish it with a little bit of goat's cheese. Now goat's cheese goes really well with lamb. So one of the first things we're doing is we're going to start with the risotto. Now risotto is a bit of a myth about it. Very, very simple, very, very easy. All I've got in here, a little bit of butter and oil, and a little bit of onion and a little bit of garlic, just sweated down, and then I've added the rice. And I've used Carnaroli rice. It's the better quality of the two. There's two, there's Arborio and the Carnaroli. Carnaroli gives a much creamier texture to your risotto. So we've just started now adding some stock to that. And again, this is one of those things that you can't run away from. It's not about adding all the stock at once. You add it a little bit at a time, stir, add a little bit more. Good risotto takes about 15-20 minutes to make from scratch. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to start cooking the lamb medallions. These are little rosettes off the loin, beautiful Devon lamb, fabulous, nice coating of fat, which is what you want, lovely colour. Very important to start with. We're going to season it with pepper first, no salt. If you put salt on it, a lot of chefs will do it, but if you put salt on it, it can draw the moisture out of the meat, and we don't really want to do that. So nice bit of pepper on each side. There we go.
Richard, do you salt eventually those?
At the end. Always at the end. Put it in skin side and the fat side. There we go. Hold it in there. Okay. Now again, what we're trying to do, we're trying to render that fat down. We're trying to get a nice bit of colour there, because there's nothing worse than uncooked lamb fat. Okay. Nothing tastier than cooked lamb fat, but there's nothing worse than uncooked lamb fat. What we're going to do, we're just sealing the meat side off now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in a hot oven, about 200 degrees, for about probably 5 or 6 minutes. What that'll do is that'll get a lovely all over colour. All the cooking will go right the way through. You can do it on the stove, but this is a good fail-safe way. Just going to take the lamb out of the oven, should be ready, had 5 or 6 minutes, and then we're going to let it rest. So you look at the colour on this, absolutely fantastic, really lovely. Just going to season it now, a little bit of salt, as we said earlier on, always good to season afterwards. And this is the important stage, we're going to let that rest. Just sit there, relax a little bit. It'll eat beautifully. Okay, so what we're going to do, we've got our beautiful risotto. All right, if I look at it, it's nice and wet. We don't want anything too dry. Here, I did previously, I've got some lovely normal onions. I've just caramelised them down for about 25 minutes, a little bit of butter and oil, and a little bit of finely chopped rosemary. Very, very nice. That'll bring out the sweetness, which will contrast to the goat's cheese, which we're going to put with the lamb. So in they go, into the risotto. You can do this all in advance, so it makes life a lot easier. Good little stir. Okay, we don't want to break it up too much. There we go. That's looking really nice. Nice bit of risotto on the plate like so. Okay, there we are. Just straight down like that. And then here, I've got some really lovely local goat's cheese. So I'm just going to break that into little sort of pieces. It doesn't have to be very big, just to pop that on there. There we go. And then our lamb. As we said, we've rested it now. You can see the juices coming out of that, just there on the bottom of the plate. That says a lot about it. We'll just cut our little string off. Then what we do is we sit the lamb on top of the risotto like so. Really lovely. Now obviously you don't have to do this bit, but we're being a bit chefy about it. So a little bit of what I've got is a little balsamic reduction here. We're keeping the Italian theme going. A few little blobs all the way around the plate. There we go, a little bit of that. And then a little bit of flat parsley. I'm a bit old school when it comes to this. I do like a little bit of parsley on things, just adds a little bit of greenery to it. Very, very nice and simple. And there you go, you've got a really lovely, honest dish. Beautiful little loin of lamb medallion there with a caramelised onion goat's cheese risotto.